Hey there, fellow baking enthusiasts! Welcome to a delightful journey where we explore the wonders of healthy baking. If you love the aroma of freshly baked goods wafting through your kitchen, but worry about the health implications, you're in the right place. Ever crave a slice of cake but hesitate because of those pesky refined sugars and unhealthy fats? We've all been there. The guilt that follows indulging in a rich, decadent dessert can sometimes overshadow the joy it brings. But guess what? You can absolutely indulge in your cake cravings and nourish your body at the same time. Imagine biting into a moist, flavorful cake that not only satisfies your sweet tooth, but also fuels your body with wholesome ingredients. That's right, baking healthy doesn't mean compromising on taste or texture. In fact, it opens up a world of creative possibilities where you can experiment with a variety of nutritious ingredients. It's about making smart swaps that elevate your cake game to a whole new level of deliciousness. Think about replacing refined sugar with natural sweeteners, or using whole grain flours instead of refined ones. Think naturally sweet alternatives like honey or maple syrup, which not only add sweetness but also bring a depth of flavor that refined sugar simply can't match. And healthy fats from sources like avocados or Greek yogurt. These ingredients are not only nutritious but also add a creamy texture and rich flavor to your baked goods. These ingredients not only add a nutritional punch, but also lend incredible moisture and flavor to your cakes. Imagine a cake that's not only good for you, but also irresistibly delicious. So ditch the guilt and join me on a journey to discover the joy of healthy baking. Together, we'll explore recipes that are both nutritious and delectable, ensuring that every bite is a celebration of health and taste. Let's whip up some guilt-free goodness together. Whether you're a seasoned baker or just starting out, there's always something new to learn and enjoy in the world of healthy baking. So grab your mixing bowls, preheat your ovens, and let's get started on this delicious adventure. Alright, baking stars, let's round up the dream team of ingredients for our healthy cake extravaganza. Don't worry, I've got your back with a lineup that's both nutritious and delicious. First up, we've got our whole grain flour powerhouses. Whole wheat flour or oat flour will provide a hearty texture and a boost of fiber. Next, we'll be using unsweetened applesauce or mashed banana for natural sweetness and moisture. Now, let's talk healthy fats. Avocado oil or coconut oil will lend a rich, decadent flavor and keep our cake incredibly moist. For a touch of natural sweetness, we'll be using honey or maple syrup, nature's liquid gold. And of course, no cake is complete without a dash of vanilla extract and a pinch of salt to enhance all those incredible flavors. Okay, baking buddies, it's time to get our hands dirty and work some mixing magic. Today, we're diving into the world of healthy baking, where delicious meets nutritious. So roll up those sleeves and let's get started on this delightful journey. First things first, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 175 degrees Celsius. This step is crucial because a properly preheated oven ensures that our cake bakes evenly and rises perfectly. Think of it as setting the stage for our star performer, the cake. Next, we need to prepare our cake pan. Grease a 9-inch cake pan with a bit of butter or oil. This will help our cake to slide out like a dream once it's baked. No one wants a cake that sticks to the pan, right? So make sure to cover all the nooks and crannies. Now let's move on to our dry ingredients. In a large bowl, whisk together your whole grain flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. Whisking these ingredients ensures they are evenly distributed, which is key for a cake that rises beautifully and has a consistent texture. It's like giving our cake a solid foundation to build upon. This step might seem simple, but it's incredibly important. Even distribution of the dry ingredients means that every bite of our cake will be just as delicious as the last. Plus, it helps the cake to rise evenly, giving it that perfect, fluffy texture we all love. In a separate bowl, let's combine our wet ingredients. This is where the magic really starts to happen. The wet ingredients will bring moisture and flavor to our cake, making it not just healthy, but also incredibly tasty. Whisk together the unsweetened applesauce or mashed banana, oil, honey or maple syrup, vanilla extract, and eggs until everything is well combined and nice and smooth. The applesauce or banana adds natural sweetness and moisture, while the honey or maple syrup gives a rich, deep flavor. The vanilla extract adds a lovely aroma, and the eggs help to bind everything together. Now, here comes the fun part. Gradually add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients. This is where our cake batter starts to come together. Pour the wet mixture into the dry mixture slowly, and watch as the ingredients blend into a smooth, cohesive batter. Mixing gently with a spatula or wooden spoon until just combined. Be patient and take your time with this step. We want to make sure everything is well incorporated without overmixing. Remember, we don't want to overmix. Overmixing can lead to a tough cake, and nobody wants that. The key is to mix just until the ingredients are combined. This will give us a tender, fluffy cake that's absolutely delicious. So, take it easy and enjoy the process. Happy baking! Baking buddies, want to know the secrets to achieving cake nirvana? I'm here to spill the tea. First up, let's talk about the power of room temperature ingredients. Bringing your eggs, oil, and milk or yogurt to room temperature before mixing helps them emulsify better, resulting in a smoother, more cohesive batter. Next, don't be afraid to get creative with mix-ins. Add a handful of chopped nuts, chocolate chips, or dried fruit to your batter for an extra burst of flavor and texture. And remember, baking is a science, but it's also an art. Don't be afraid to experiment and adjust the recipe to your liking. Trust your instincts and have fun with it. Section 5. Baking bliss, into the oven we go. Alright baking champs, it's time for our cake creation to take a cozy little nap in the oven. This is where the magic truly begins. The heat will transform our carefully mixed ingredients into a delightful, fluffy cake. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's make sure we do everything just right. Carefully pour the batter into your prepared cake pan, spreading it evenly with a spatula. This step is crucial because an even layer of batter ensures that your cake bakes uniformly. Take your time to smooth out the top, making sure there are no lumps or uneven spots. Now, gently tap the pan on the counter a few times to release any air bubbles that might be hiding in the batter. These sneaky bubbles can cause holes or uneven textures in your cake, so it's important to get rid of them. A few gentle taps should do the trick. This will help ensure a nice, even rise. A cake that rises evenly is not only more visually appealing, but also has a better texture and taste. So don't skip this step. Pop that cake pan into your preheated oven and set a timer for 30 to 35 minutes. Preheating the oven is essential because it ensures that your cake starts baking at the right temperature immediately. Setting the timer helps you keep track of the baking process without having to constantly check the clock. Keep an eye on your cake towards the end of the baking time. Ovens can vary, and sometimes cakes bake faster or slower than expected. It's always a good idea to start checking a few minutes before the timer goes off. To check for doneness, insert a toothpick into the center of the cake. This is a tried and true method that bakers have used for generations. If the toothpick comes out clean or with a few moist crumbs, your cake is ready. If it comes out clean or with a few moist crumbs, you're good to go. A perfectly baked cake will have a golden brown top and will spring back when lightly pressed. Now, let it cool in the pan for a few minutes before transferring it to a wire rack to cool completely. Enjoy your baking bliss. Section 6. The cooling countdown. Patience, my friend. Our cake is out of the oven and smelling absolutely divine. But hold your horses, baking stars. We need to let it cool down before we can frost it to perfection. Carefully remove the cake pan from the oven and place it on a wire rack to cool for about 10 minutes. This will allow the cake to firm up a bit, making it easier to handle. After 10 minutes, run a thin knife around the edges of the cake to loosen it from the pan. Then, carefully invert the cake onto the wire rack to cool completely. Patience is key here, friends. We want to avoid any frosting meltdowns. Section 7. Frosting, fun, the healthy finale. The moment we've all been waiting for has arrived, frosting time. And guess what? We're ditching the sugary store-bought stuff and whipping up a healthy, homemade frosting that's just as delicious, if not more. My go-to healthy frosting is a simple blend of Greek yogurt, mashed avocado, honey, and vanilla extract. It's creamy, dreamy, and packed with healthy fats and protein. Simply combine all the ingredients in a bowl and beat with an electric mixer until smooth and fluffy. Feel free to get creative and add a pinch of cinnamon, cocoa powder, or even a swirl of nut butter for an extra burst of flavor. Section 8. Slice, serve, and savor. Your masterpiece awaits. Our healthy cake adventure has reached its delicious finale, and it's time to slice, serve, and savor every single bite. Carefully frost your cooled cake, adding any decorations or sprinkles your heart desires. Slice into that beauty and marvel at your handiwork. You've just created a cake that's not only incredibly delicious, but also good for you. So go ahead, grab a fork, and indulge in a slice or two of your healthy cake triumph. You deserve it. Section 9. Ready, set, bake. Congratulations, baking superstars. You've officially mastered the art of healthy cake baking. Remember, baking is all about experimenting, having fun, and creating something truly delicious that nourishes both your body and soul. So go forth, spread the healthy baking love, and whip up a batch of these wholesome treats for your friends and family. They'll be amazed by your baking prowess. Happy baking!